Hi, I'm Katie McGee. We're here in Denver at the broadcast studio at GBTA Convention 2025. And joining me now is Bob Campbell, founder and CEO of Campbell Travel. Bob, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. In an era of constant disruption, which I think is something we're hearing a lot about right now, what does a travel program need to look to ultimately withstand today's uncertain times?
You know, that's a good question. I've been doing this for about 42 years. There are more disruptions now that I can ever remember. Floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, cyber attacks, and my gosh, air traffic control not working, wars. Every day it seems like there's something new. The best way to get a handle on disruptions is for the TMC to meet with the customer, the corporation, ahead of time and discuss disruptions and discuss ahead of time how you want to handle that from a TMC perspective, okay? And the best thing to do is write it down, make it a plan, and then make it part of your travel policy, document it, come back a year later and go over it, make sure it's what you want. As a follow-up, it's always a good idea to ask the TMC, okay, exactly what are you guys gonna do? And then how are you gonna do it? And what I'm talking about by that is it technology, is it people? And I think if I was a company, I might ask the TMC, do you have the technology and what is the technology? And just to make sure you're on the same page.
Great advice, fantastic.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What are the most overlooked opportunities in corporate travel today where companies leave value, efficiency, and insight on the table?
Okay, so that's a very good question because we all know that with air, ground transportation, car, and hotels, there are savings opportunities. The first thing you have to do is the company needs to dust off their travel policy, which in some cases they haven't looked at for 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 years. Make sure the travel policy mimics the culture of the company regarding things like brand loyalty, hotel, car, air, etc. Okay, once you understand that, then you can say, okay, what can we do to take advantage of what might be out there? If you're willing to, for example, shop hotels, I can pretty much show you that you can save 15 to 20% per year on hotels as long as you are allowing the TMC to provide you options that do not have brand loyalty. So it's real important to find out where you are. And same things with air and also with transportation. But document it, make it part of the travel policy, make sure you've got executive buy-in for the travel policy, and that's the way you take advantage of savings opportunities.
Also good to know. And then as travel programs evolve, what should travel buyers be asking their TMC to assess whether they have a true strategic partner and not just a vendor?
Okay, that's a really interesting question because that leads me to believe that the company doesn't trust the TMC. If the TMC understands exactly what the travel policy says, and as long as you have meetings and the TMC agrees that yes, we will follow the travel policy and then performs, then over time with good communication and service and expectations being met, then trust will be developed and partnership will be developed. And then you have a win-win situation where you're both pulling in the same direction.
Win-win sounds good to me.
I like win-win.
I think
it works
we
for
all
everybody.
do, right? It does. Bob, what a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you
so much. I
for
appreciate
coming
your time.
by. Absolutely. And thank you for joining us. My name is Katie McGee. We are here in Denver at Broadcast Studio at GBTA Convention 2025. Thank you for watching.